And the last thing I wanted to share, this was, I'll end you on a great war story for one of my brothers, is another testimony to the incredible power of the human spirit. So my friend, he was a staff sergeant, Robert Gutierrez. He was on a mission with 30 of his fellow forces, and they went down into the heart of Taliban-controlled territory. So they went on a mission, and they were trying to fight through this location, and they got in an intense ambush. So as my friend was fighting his way through these close city streets, his team started taking casualties. And as they were starting to fight, they got to the point where they were ambushed by an enemy that was on a rooftop just 10 feet away from them, shooting down and injuring our brothers. So my friend Robert Gutierrez was shot with an armor-piercing round, went through his triceps, went through his back, and punched a softball-sized hole through the back of his chest. Broke some ribs, broke his scapula, and he knew what was going down. So he had seen injuries like that before and recognized that he was in a very, very bad way. So he at one point, he picked a number out of his head, and he was convinced that he had 3 minutes left to live. So he said, if I only have 3 minutes left to live because I know how bad this injury is, I'm gonna change the world in 3 minutes. So with that 3 minutes left to change the world, he continued to do his job, to focus on his mission. So he, as the Joint Terminal Attack Controller, he was controlling the air support for his team that was in a bad situation. They had taken multiple casualties, and he needed to control the close air support, control the fighter aircraft to start shooting to push back the enemy, to allow his friendly forces to withdraw to get the medical care they need. So he continued to fight amidst that horrible injury. So his friends, his medics came up to him multiple times and tried to treat him, tried to pull his equipment off so that they could deal with that. But being convinced he had 3 minutes left to live, he didn't have the time for it. He batted them off and said, no, I'm going to keep doing my mission because my brothers are still out here. So he controlled multiple gun runs with aircraft as they were taking and pushing back the enemy. And he continued to fight. So he fought to the point where one of his lungs collapsed. As when your body takes that much trauma, obviously blood rushes to that area. So there became so much blood in his chest cavity that it collapsed his lung. And when he lost the ability to talk because his lung was full of blood, he then consented. Okay, this is it. I'll let this guy take care of me now. So his medic sticks in a chest compression tube, relieves the pressure on his chest, and actually allows him to begin talking again. So of course, what's my friend do? He gets right back on the microphone and starts continues controlling the close air support. So he continues to fight for 4 hours. 4 hours, he continues to fight through that mission, and then ends up walking 1.5 kilometers on his own power out to get to his helicopter landing zone where he would be medically evacuated. So obviously, incredible warrior who fought through it and continued to fight through, and is a good friend and still living and fighting today. Earned the Air Force Cross, the second highest medal, and there is consideration for him to earn the highest, the Medal of Honor, as a result of him fighting and saving every single life of all his brothers as he continued to fight through every adverse situation. So I share that story just to let you know, man, he was when 9/11 kicked off, he was a postman. He was just walking through doing his job, and he said, man, I want to answer the call. So he started the training process, and he had the mental fortitude, the perseverance to endure any circumstance, and to show us what that human body can do. So hopefully this was an encouragement to you. Hopefully you can take some of these applications, some of these things that I've learned in combat, and apply that and take that to your students and help them be tough for their fight, for that next game, but also to translate these lessons to life as they fight as warriors and fight for what's important in their lives. Thank you.